Hi guys, it's me Adrian again. I got another video to show you today. Now it's not a game that everybody's going to like, but I consider it a classic, and it is Lemmings. But I'm not going to talk about the Mega Drive Lemmings this time, it's the Master System Lemmings. I've just made a simple modification to the game, a simple hack, where all I've done is fix up the credits, because in the original retail version, Matt Furniss, who did the soundtrack, was not credited at all in the game, and neither was the company that he worked for, Krisalis. There was no Krisalis credit, and I think, you know, that's what I did. I basically put Matt Furniss's name back in the game, I put the Krisalis name back in the game, and I even mentioned Shaun Hollingworth, who coded the sound driver. So this is, you know, something that should have been in the retail version, but it wasn't. So I've got my EverDrive out. I'll just go there. So as you can see here, we got the beta version, we've got the original retail version, and then there's my hack, which I've just called it Lemmings Full Credit Edition. I didn't know what else to call it. You will know that this is not my hack, but I was the one that done it because I put my name in it. If you scroll down in hex there, so it's got my name, it's got the date, April 2021. Oh, let's have a look at it. There's just little differences. There's no difference to the actual gameplay or anything like that. I didn't touch that. I wouldn't know how to. I wouldn't want to, because there's nothing wrong with the levels or anything like that. There's a few places I made a few edits. Firstly is here. See where it's scrolling underneath there? It says published under license from Psygnosis Limited. Well, Matt Furniss's name will now show up in the credits there. As you can see, reprogrammed game, 1992, Sega, conversion by Probe Software Limited. What's this? Music by marvelous Matt Furniss for Krisalis software. And it says Sound Driver by Shaun Hollingworth. Okay, the other change is I have to exit the game and go back into it, because I got to do that level select cheat where you just use your thumb and scroll around the D button on that screen where the Lemmings bringing out the Sega logo, and hold buttons B and C on your Mega Drive controller, or buttons 1 and 2 on your Master System controller until you hear that click. Once you hear that click, you go to a new level, and you're greeted with this screen where you can pick any level you want from the game and play it without the need of having to put passwords in. So this is the new screen. I changed this as well. See, it says everything's the same except on the bottom there it says music by Matt Furniss. I had to take out the part where it said ROM submission 26 and replace it with that. Also, you'll notice the word rating is missing. I couldn't figure out how to get that back. You would not believe how difficult what this screen was, to put Matt Furniss's name on this screen. It was so difficult. It took me about 3 hours, because I did all this in hex on my PC, and then when you change the text, it moves the other lines somewhere else and stuffs everything up, and you can't always just use your space bar. You've got to actually go into the ASC2, you know, the inputs, and you've got to actually know how to change them to get everything spaced out properly like that. But that's what the new screen looks like. The old one would only say, you know, programmed by Dominic Wood, artwork by Mark Knowles, producer Neil Young, and then that was it. There was no credit for the sound at all, you know. I always knew it was him though. I always knew it was Matt Furniss, because I think when I first started hearing Matt Furniss's music, it was on the Master System. And this is going back to 1992, 1993, because I started with a Master System, and then I eventually upgraded, I think in late 93, to a Mega Drive. But before that I had a Master System Model 2 with Alex Kidd in Miracle World built in. And I think it was either Back to the Future 3 or Lemmings that I came across first, that my parents bought, that I first heard music by Matt Furniss. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Back to the Future Part 3 that I was exposed to first. The first instances where I heard his music, you know. And I thought, wow, you know, this sounds so different to everything else on the Master System, you know. I'm so used to the beatboxing, you know, that Master System music, the you know, all that stuff, and then all that early tinny sound like Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars, and Fantasy Zone, and all that, you know, the and then you hear Matt Furniss and you hear that sawtooth wave bass, and it's like, you know, what's this? This is cool, you know, this Commodore 64 style music. I've never heard it before, you know. But the reason why I mentioned Back to the Future 3 is because Probe Software, who did the version on the Master System, they credited Matt Furniss on the title screen. They said music by Marvelous Matt Furniss. And that's what gave me the idea to put it along the title screen there on the bottom. And then, you know, a couple of months later, my mother bought me Lemmings. And, of course, I didn't know how to play it at first, but eventually, you know, when me and my dad we got to the end of this game back in 93, I was surprised that Matt Furniss was not credited. You know, it just had the other three dudes from Probe, but there was no Krisalis credit, no Matt Furniss credit. Certainly no Shaun Hollingworth credit. I mean, how often do you see Shaun Hollingworth's name in any of these games? You know, probably, I think I've only seen him in MK1, MK2, on the Mega Drive. That's about it in the credits. So Shaun Hollingworth, that's, you know, quite rare. But he should be credited too, because he's the one that coded all the drivers. And so, yeah. And so I think back in 1993, my original Master System collection, by memory, I think I only had three games that had music by Matt Furniss at the time. One was Back to the Future 3, I think that was first. Lemmings was the second, and Alien 3 was the third. Alien 3 is another one done by Probe where they credited him. They credited Matt Furniss. So I knew that this style of music was by him, but it wasn't like in concrete. You couldn't, there was no way to be 100% sure. You just had an inkling in your mind that it was Matt Furniss. And so that's it, guys. You know, you can pick your level here on your cheat screen. So I've just picked level 9 of fun. Hey, Baba. So everything else is the same. I haven't touched anything else. You go into any level, you just still see all the description on the level. Everything else is the same. Everything's the same here. There is one small little other difference that I'll just quickly mention before I stop talking. I've got to reset it. Let's go into it. I can't do the level select cheat this time. I've got to just go to the actual password screen. I've showed you all the good things. Now you're going to see something that isn't so good, that I just for the life of me, because I'm not experienced enough, I can't fix it. But it doesn't hinder anything. Like, just go to new level. Like, you would normally put your password in here. It would normally say on the top of the letters there would say enter code. That's gone. I don't know how to get it back because I'm inexperienced. You can still put your code in here, but you notice there's an E on the end. For the life of me, I can't get rid of that E, that letter E. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't wreck the screen. It doesn't crash the game. It doesn't do anything. It's just there. And I'll show you, I know a password off by heart, so I'll just enter it just to show you guys that there's nothing wrong with this screen whatsoever. This is about the only password I know off by heart. I think it's level 11 of fun. Level 11, yep, rating fun. So there you go. Everything's the same. It's all there. And you can play your level. And when you finish the level, you know, you'd still hear that jingle and everything will be fine. So that's it, guys. I mean, that's all I really wanted to show. I mean, just, yeah. So as usual, with when I make these kind of little hack edit things, I'll put the link in the description, so if you want to download it, you can download it. You can play it on any emulator. I've tested it on Regan, whatever, however you pronounce it. Region. If it works on that emulator, it'll work on Fusion, it'll work on Gens Plus, because the other ones are not as finicky as Regan. So. Or if you've got an EverDrive, a Master EverDrive, or a Mega EverDrive, or a Pro, you know, from Krix or some sort of EverDrive, you can play it on real hardware like this. I didn't know what to call it, so I just called it Full Credit Edition. You know, there's plenty of other games where Matt Furniss wasn't credited for. It wasn't just Lemmings, but Lemmings is probably one that really stands out, where they really gave him the finger sort of thing, because, you know, half of the fun in this game is because you're listening to the music while you're doing the levels, and it's hard not to ignore the music. It's just strange the way some games he's fully credited and others he wasn't. Like on the Mega Drive Genesis, you've got Zool, I know off by heart. He wasn't credited for that one. Now, he didn't compose the music, but he did the conversion. But nowhere in the credits does it say Matt Furniss. It does say Krisalis, but doesn't say, or Krisalis, but doesn't say Matt Furniss. And then there's others. I'm trying to think. Lemmings 2, The Tribes on the Mega Drive. That was done by a different team. He's not credited at all, and neither is Krisalis. So I don't understand that. And then there's others. I'm just trying to think. He was credited for the Terminator, so that doesn't count. There is others. There's plenty of others. I just can't think of them. Maybe if I have a quick look at the games themselves, it'll jog my memory. Global Gladiators and Cool Spot on the Master System. He was not credited for at all. Neither was Krisalis, I think, yeah. Predator 2, that was done by what, Teeny Weeny Games? Yeah, there's no mention of Matt Furniss in the credits of that one. On the Master System, I'm not sure about Mega Drive, but Master System, because I'm more familiar with the Master System side-scrolling one. He's not mentioned in that one. But Krisalis, I think, gets a sound credit. Outrun Europa, there's no mention of Matt Furniss or Krisalis in that one, and that's an early one. That's from 1991. Road Rash gets a Krisalis credit, but no mention of Matt Furniss himself. I don't know about Marble Madness. I'm not sure about that one. Or Sega Chess. I don't think there's any mention of him in Sega Chess. Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck on the Master System, did not mention Matt Furniss at all in the credits. But I think it mentioned Krisalis, yeah. And it's probably the same on the Game Gear. Daffy Duck in Hollywood, I'm not sure about Mega Drive. But Master System, I'm not really sure about that either, because I haven't really got to the end. But I would assume that he's probably not credited. Actually, he might be, because he composed the actual music to that one. It's not just a sound conversion, he composed it. There's others where he did get full credit, like the Terminator on the Master System and Mega Drive. Boogerman, the Pick and Flick Adventure, he was fully credited for that one. MK1, MK2 on the Mega Drive. Yep, and you've got the Shaun Hollingworth name in there as well. So it's just a strange why some of them, you know, there's absolutely no mention of him, and then others there are. It's like, were they lazy, or they're just trying to rush the game out? But if that was the case, then they didn't forget the Probe or whoever the developers were. They didn't forget to put their own names in there, did they? But anyway, guys, this video's running a bit long. The video's in the description. It's not a big deal. It's not a groundbreaking hack or anything. It's just to give full credit where credit, I believe, is due, and that's all it is. It's just adding a bit more credit to the hack. That's all. So it's in the description. You want to download it? You know where to go. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Bye now.